Hey guys, welcome to Bear Witness. I'm Robert Bettis, and today we are going to talk about some of the books I recommend to get if you want to know more about animals. Okay, so the first book that we are going to talk about is the book Ocean. Now, for me, I started off working with aquatic animals. So this book was my go-to guide. It has everything you could think of. I mean, from land masses to like temperatures, anything you can think of. I'm serious, it's amazing. Almost every species in the ocean is in this book. I recommend you go and read it from front to back. And I mean, there's no way that this will not help you. It has helped me tremendously in my career so far as to what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and the right information you want to give to somebody when they ask you questions. Now, the second book I want to get to is kind of in the same field. It's a book on shells. This is important to know. You go to the beach and you see, oh, this is a pretty shell. I wonder what kind it is. Well, go to someone like me or someone else that does animal care and research for a living. They will know the right answer to give you. Now, this is also important in conservation, mainly because certain species live inside shells. Crabs. Even octopuses can go inside a shell. Remember, octopuses have no bones. So they can go inside a PVC pipe, no problem. So those two books are ones that I recommend highly to get if you're going to go into like marine biology, or you're going to go work at an aquarium, or even a small pet store that has fish and stuff like that, because then you know exactly how to take care of them. The one thing I recommend is to get a journal. And what you do with the journal, I haven't used this one yet. And it's empty, there's notes, you can get whatever kind of journal. But you write down your research. Key facts you think is important. And this is what helps me a lot, because I'll be like, okay, well, you know what? This species likes this food, but it can't go with this other species. This species has a certain climate it has to be in. This species has a certain water temperature that you can't change at all. So having this is a good guide to yourself. And if you're somebody that just remembers everything, you have a photographic memory, then awesome. But most of you aren't. So a journal, and for the girls, you can bedazzle it, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter, as long as you have something to fall back on. You could be working with a shark or stingrays. Now, stingrays and sharks can go together in the same tank. But you need to know exactly what water temperature they can be at. And that's where you can be like, oh, you know what? Hold on, let me go into my journal, because I've researched about this. Boom, it's right here. Set the temperature. If you need to put a heater on, put it on. If you need to take it off, take it off. Know what they eat. Sharks and stingrays almost eat the same thing, but there's still a difference because of the amount that each one eats. And that's a cool thing to have, because you can go back and look at it into your journal. Now, another thing. For those of you who are going to work in aquariums, tropical, freshwater, aquarium fish. So the cool thing about this, it will give you the species, the size, the tank/water. So the size of the tank and how much water it needs to have, plus the water temperature and the care for each one. So this is something that I recommend everybody to get. It doesn't matter if you're going to work in an aquarium or not. Say you're at home and you want a fish tank. This comes in handy because it lets you know exactly how to care for it and for which fish. So this is something I recommend. Now, all the books that I am talking about are all water. I do have other books with mammals and everything else on land, birds, insects, everything. But I wanted to make something on how I started. I started off in the water. Then I got my sea legs and swam out of the water and did everything on land. That way I knew both aspects. Now, if y'all want a video on land books and research books that I recommend, let me know. Drop a like and drop a comment down on the bottom, and I'll definitely do that for you. But the last book that I'm going to talk about is this Auburn Society Field Guide to North American Fishes, Whales, and Dolphins. And this is a book. I mean, it is pretty thick. So, and with this book, it gives you, again, all the species in North American waters. So, this is something that, you know, is kind of cool. And in this book, the reason why I got this one separate from this one and all the others is because it gives me the location of each species that it talks about. So, let me show you. So here, the Arctic grayling. Its habitat is clear, cold waters of rivers, creeks, and lakes. And right here, it's like up in Alaska, South Montana, North Great Lakes, and Native Range. And it gives you a little picture. So it's really cool. And this is something that you can actually find really easily. You can go to Half Price Books and find all these books there. This is where I found them at. And they get really cheap at Half Price Books. You go to Barnes & Nobles or even online, and they get expensive. Especially if you're going and looking for as many materials to read on when you're starting off, because there's so much out there. I mean, fish, whales, insects, birds, snakes, bacteria, fungi, plankton, photoplankton, things like that. You kind of need to read everything up on it because that's what's going to help you in the long run. I've worked for a person that said, I'd rather hire somebody with experience than with book knowledge. Now, can you imagine if you have experience and book knowledge? That'd be amazing. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out what you want to do when you care for animals. I'm getting this far with doing everything on my own, and I love it. Every day I get to research, look new things, find new things, and have fun with it. There's also a website. You can go to freepdf.com, and you can look up these books and download them in PDF and just print those off or read them off your computer, however you want to do it. But that's the kind of cheapest ways that I can give y'all to get these books. And I want to just say that this right here is a lot of reading. It takes a lot of patience because you have to really understand it. But that's where the journal comes in. If you don't remember the key facts about when you read it, you put it in here and it helps you out. This is just a little video to show you what I work with on a daily basis. Just to share some knowledge with y'all so y'all get an understanding of how much work it goes into this. It's not just field work. There's a lot of studying to go behind it. So if y'all like things like this, let me know. We are going to go out and do some more videos and everything. This was just something that I thought of and I had someone ask for it, so I went ahead and did it. But I hope y'all liked it and I hope y'all have a great day. This is Bear Witness. I'm Robert Bettis. Bye.